Hello there. It's surely been a while. Some of you may know why, some of you may not. Long story short, I'm a dad now. I made a quick community post last week explaining a bit what was going on, and it's surely been a tough week for me and my wife, and most especially for my wife. Now that we're a bit more settled, there is still some news to cover about the One Piece card game. And during this week there was actually the release of the Starter Deck 13, which I have right here with me, and I think it's finally time to open those two decks and see what cards we can pull from the special boosters included within. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in a second. So, Starter Deck 13 Ultra Deck The Three Brothers. Following in the footstep of the Starter Deck 10, this is a Ultra Deck, which means that there are actually 3 leaders that you can play with this deck. It has been made for competitive play, and it also includes a deck box in the box, which is why, as you can see, the packaging on this is very bigger compared to the normal starter decks that we usually have. And not only that, but for the Starter Deck 13 especially, they actually included some booster packs with reprints of the cards contained in the deck, and we get 3 alternate arts for any cards that is included in the deck, and that also means the leaders. So it is actually possible to pull the alternate art leader from those packs, which would be of course very dope because those are the best cards that you can pull from those packs. And if you actually want to see all of those alternate art, I actually made a video detailing all of them back when this was announced, and we also have our whole coverage of the deck explaining what cards does what, which one are interesting and what not, so make sure to go check those videos out. But without further ado, we're opening the starter deck. So we got our obligatory paper rule sheet and playmat as included in every deck that is being released. And the first item that we're gonna have is actually gonna be the clear card case, the deck box for the Three Brothers. So we got Luffy and Sabo and Ace here on the side. It's got a nice color to it, but now we're gonna see what's inside. So we have a cardboard holder, we have the pack, and we have the separator for the starter deck, which you can see right here, if the camera can focus. And we have the actual deck itself. I'm gonna put this here. And of course, any starter deck wouldn't be complete without the, again, obligatory 10 card down deck. Of course, you got it inside this product as well. And let's just pause for a second to appreciate that all of those cards are foiled. So we are gonna start with the leader. We got Sabo here, and I'm just gonna detail the 3 leaders and just point at you some of the cards, but I'm not gonna give you a full breakdown of this deck. This isn't really the subject of this video. So Sabo is actually a red-yellow leader with a Don X1 effect, activate main once per turn. You may add one of your character with a cost of 3 or more and 7k power or more to the top of your life cards face up. And then up to one of your character gain plus 2k until the start of your next turn. That's very strong to boost your own board, because 2k until the end of the next turn is actually pretty big. You can attack and defend with that. Next we're gonna have Portgas the Ace. It's a blue-yellow leader with a Don X2 effect, activate main once per turn. You can look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck and add up to 1 card with a cost of 5 to the top of your life cards face up. Then you can place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And at the end of your turn, you need to trash all your face-up life cards. So this leader might be interesting because it allows you to stack your life, but you need to be careful to play the cards that allow you to turn them back down. Because if you leave them face up, then your cards are just like, they're gone. You won't have them anymore. And last but not least, Monkey D. Luffy, the third leader of this deck, which is actually the best leader in this deck. And it already has a very interesting effect that is a permanent effect that your face-up life cards are placed at the bottom of your deck instead of being added to your hand, according to the rule. So normally when you lose a life, you take one of your life cards and you add it into your hand. This does not happen with this leader. They go at the bottom of your deck. And next we have a Darnex to activate main once per turn. You may trash one card from your hand. If you have 0 life cards, you can add up to 2 character cards with a cost of 5 from your hands or trash to the top of your life cards face up. So that is a very interesting effect in that you can actually restack your life fairly easily when played well, which is actually why this leader is one of the most interesting in this starter deck up until the release of OPL7. And next card in the deck we're gonna have Sabo. That's one of the SR of the deck. We're gonna have 2 copies of. We are also gonna have 2 Podcast the Ace. Again, SR in the deck. We also have Garp, which is an SR that is linked to the 3 brothers, of course, and you can actually, like, I don't know if you can get some of the effect, but I know on the alternate art, the effect from his fist, like the smoke coming out of it, is like crazy. Here it's a little bit like lighter, you don't see it as well, but it's still a very cool card, I feel. And the last SR of this deck is going to be Monkey D. Luffy. Now, of course, the theme of this deck is going to be centered around the 3 brothers. So, of course, we have Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. And we have their adult version as well as the kid version. And the basics of this deck is that you play the kid version of those characters to try and bust out the adult version quicker. And all the cards are here to support that and try to support them with the effect of the life being face up or not. And just like the starter deck 10, every card is gonna be for you. You can see Ivankov here is a foil card, and all of them are textured as well. You can see it like right here under my index finger. They are textured, which is like actually so cool. Oh, but actually it's only for Ivankov. Also, it's rare or above. Ivankov is a rare, so it's got the texture, but Newgate is not rare or above, it's common, so you don't have the textured effect. But you got 4 Newgate to go with this deck. You have 4 Curly Dadan. And this is the kid Sabo that I was talking about. So this card is actually an activate main. You may trash this character and reveal 1 card from the top of your life. If that card is a Sabo with a cost of 5, you may play that card. If you do, up to 1 of your leader gain plus 2k until the end of your opponent's next turn. And every kid version of Ace, Sabo, and Luffy are actually gonna do exactly that. They're gonna allow you to play themselves from your life. So you need the life stacking in order to play the adult version, but you play them through the kid version, if that makes sense. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, you got 4 kids version of Sabo. Next we have Shanks, El Famoso Shanks. You got 4 copies of him. We have Podcast the Ace, the kid version, and again you can pretty much see that this is the same effect, whereas you may trash this character and reveal up to 1 card from the top of your life cards. If that card is a Podcast the Ace, you know the rest. I just said it with the Sabo. This is actually the same effect, and it's gonna be the same for Luffy. We also have 4 copies of Makino, a beautiful 2k counter. And here we have Luffy. And again, like, I'm gonna try and put it closer. It's the same. You may trash this character, reveal one podcast Luffy from your life, and just play it from there. We have Yamato, and I have to say that this card is like fairly beautiful. I feel the art on it is gorgeous. And you get 4 copies of that. And we are already at the event. We have Flame Dragon King. We got 2 copies of. This is the Sabo event. And this is also a very interesting event that allows you to stack your life in any order that you want, although it doesn't turn them face down. So you need something else for that. Next we have Gum Gum Jet Spear, the Luffy event with his big feet. And it actually ties in perfectly with the Luffy leader effect, whereas Luffy, the leader, you need to be at 0 life to activate and restock life, but this is also like if you have 0 life, you can draw a card. So you activate this and then you activate your leader's effect to restock on life. And last but not least, the last event is the Three Brothers Bond. It's a very beautiful card with beautiful panels, and it's actually only a 1 cost with a trigger activate this card's main effect. And the main effect is actually a very interesting one and very playable in some other decks, in that you can look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Sabo, Podcast the Ace or Monkey D. Luffy with a cost of 5 or less, and add it to your hand. Then you can place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So any of those big costs, Three Brothers, you can actually tutor in your deck with the Three Brothers Bond. That's kind of your searcher for those key cards in your deck. But now that we've taken a look at the content of the deck itself, we still have the bonus pack to open. We get 3 cards per pack, so of course we're hoping for big alternate art that are gonna be cool to add to our collection. But before that, I'm gonna open the second deck to get the booster pack out of it so we can open them together. Then we have it, guys, the 2 starter decks that I purchased, as well as the booster pack for the bonus alternate art card for the starter deck 13. Let's see what we got in those. That opened easily. I'm gonna try not to peek at the cards as per usual. Oh, I spoiled myself because, like, you can see already, I think you can make it out. You see right there, that's a red background. So let's look at those and look at these beautiful cards. It's like so shiny. The white in those cards is like pearly white. It's really like shiny and so glossy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna try and catch it on camera. Doesn't seem to be quite working well. And let's look at the other cards that we have. We have the Podcast, the Ace, alternate art leader. Look at that. Those flames. Those beautiful flames. Oh my god. And all the textures in those flame, like here on the sides, it's not picking it up really well on the camera, but you get like so much effect. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, guys. And lastly, we have Shanks as the last alternate art for the first pack. Beautiful as well. You get all the red effect from his sword slash. Let me display them right over here, and let's move on to the second bonus pack that we have. Not opening quite as well as the other one. I'm still trying not to look. And I'm just gonna straight up look at the camera, so I won't see the first card before you guys do. I hope it's something good. What is it? Is it good? I don't see. I have some peripheral vision, but I don't see quite yet what it is. Is it good? Oh, that's the white beard. And you got the blue effect is like quite interesting. That's kind of the same effect that I was talking about with Garp. I really don't know how they made this, but the pearly white effect on the entire cards where you don't have any like drawings is like, it's really something else. Those cards are beautiful, guys. Let's now look at what we have in second. We got a second podcast, the Ace Leader alternate art. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with two alternate art leader, quite blankly. But it's still a beautiful card, just like the first one. And you get like... Okay, I'm just quickly checking out on all the cards, but you do have the One Piece card gates stamp right here at the bottom. Let's look at the last one. We have, well, it's quite fitting. We have the Kid Ace, and you can see it better right here. The One Piece card game logo design embedded into the alternate art. Those are quite nice cards. So there it is, guys. That was the opening of the starter deck 13 Three Brothers. It's a very cool deck, very interesting, just like the starter deck 10. You get 3 leaders, you get an entire deck that can be played 3 different separate ways, and you also get some bonus cards. So that's really an interesting pick if you're looking into getting into the game. But remember that if you want a more in-depth look at this starter deck, or if you want to know all the product there is for the One Piece card game, you can check out the 2 videos that are on the screen right now.